And then Sita starts to lose hope. She thinks that Ravan will definitely kill her because she will never accept him. So in 2 more months, her end is certain. So she thought of taking her own life and end it now itself. She thought of hanging herself from her own long braid. So she clutched the braid, went a little distance away from the Rakshasis, caught hold of a branch to tie her braid. But just then, there was a wave of hope. And she turned away. And that hope was not misplaced, because this was the tree on which Hanuman was sitting. And this was his chance. He could speak to her, but what could he say that would not frighten her? She was in a very fragile emotional state. And if he said something, she might shriek or run away, and that would alert the Rakshasis. So what could he say? What Hanuman did really shows off his presence of mind and intelligence. He started speaking in an indirect way. So he's sitting on the tree, Sita is looking away, and he starts to say, there was once a great king in the Ikshwaku dynasty called Dashrath. His eldest son was Ram, and he starts narrating the story. Sita is listening to it, and he narrates it up to the point of her abduction. Sita knows this very well. And then Hanuman continues. He says, Ram and Lakshman came south looking for Sita. They made an alliance with Sugriv, who is the king of the Vanaras. And now Sugriv has sent off thousands of Vanaras to look for Sita. I am one of them. I crossed the great ocean and I came here. And now I see in front of me a lady who looks exactly like the Sita Ram had told me about. And then Hanuman stops. Think about it. Sita has just heard that thousands of people are looking for her. First of all, Ram and Lakshman are okay. And that thousands of people are looking for her, and one of them is right there on the tree. She looks up, and through the leaves, a Vanar looks back at her. And this is too much. She just faints. When Sita regained her consciousness, Hanuman climbed down from the tree and approached her. And he asked her, "O lady, are you Sita?" And now Sita's answer is, once again, it tells us a lot about Sita. There's also learning for us. Sita says, "I am the daughter-in-law of the great King Dashrath, the foremost among all the kings in the world. I am the daughter of King Janak. My name is Sita. I am Ram's wife." Note, she is giving her introduction, her identity, as the daughter-in-law of the great King Dashrath. It all started with what her father-in-law Dashrath had done, those promises, and all her trouble started from there. But she holds nothing against him. She knew that he was trapped by his own words. Also, the day Ram, Lakshman and Sita left, Dashrath's last few days were not his best, right? He was a broken old man. But Sita remembers him for his best days. I am the daughter-in-law of the great King Dashrath, the foremost among all the kings in the world. Hanuman was delighted to hear this. He said, "I am Hanuman, Ram's messenger." Sita was so happy to see him, but she had a doubt. And she said, "If you have met Ram, can you describe him for me?" And this is the place where Hanuman describes Sri Ram physically. You had asked me in our first conversation, is there any physical description of Sri Ram? So yes, there is one right at the beginning in the Balakand, and then here, through Hanuman's words. And then Hanuman gives Sita the ring that Ram had given him. And now Sita has no doubt. A wave of happiness swept over Sita. She held the ring and she felt Ram's presence. And finally she had someone she could call her own. She opened her heart out to Hanuman. They spoke for a long time. And then it was time for Hanuman to leave. Sita told him, "Please tell Ram, I cannot take this much longer. If he doesn't get here in 2 months, it will be all over for me." Sita also gave Hanuman an ornament as proof that he had met her. And she also told him about an incident that happened in Chitrakoot as further proof, because this incident, no one knew about it except Ram and Sita. Hanuman then asked her if she had any message for Lakshman. Now remember what she had last said to Lakshman, those hurtful and unfair words. This time as message, she says, "Please convey my regards to Lakshman. He is a quiet one, but he's always there for Shri Ram. He gave up everything to support him in exile. Pitruvad vartate Rame, matruvan mam samacharat." He treats Ram like a father, and he treats me like a mother. I'm sure he will come to my aid now. And then Hanuman took his leave. He had achieved what he had come out to do, but now he realized that a war with the Rakshasas was inevitable. And he thought that he should assess the strengths and weaknesses of the Rakshasas before heading back. And he should also try and weaken the enemy as much as possible.